Now you've done everything on your first 48-hour checklist. You're open for business. You've got your contact list or your market already. You know who they are. You're starting to come to understand the product a little better. You now know that you're out for your two people. You're trying to find your two people. You know and understand that power of duplication. And you know and understand the process that those two people can go through because they're going to go through the same process you are. Then you learned a little bit about the art of inviting. Just opening lines to share with people. Overcoming fears and hesitancies to sharing with people. And now you're ready to engage. Now it's time to get to work. As you get to work, there are daily little things that you can do. Every single day you need to make the goal to talk to somebody about this. Whether it's the product, the opportunity, explaining what you're doing. Every day you've got to talk to somebody. You have to think about this. How much would a retail store make if 6 out of 7 days of the week they had a closed sign on their door? Not much. They'd go out of business very, very quickly. Well, your mouth is your open sign. When you're talking to people, you're open for business. If you're not talking to anybody, you're closed for business. So you've got to constantly be talking to people. Every single day, make it a goal that you're going to talk to at least one person about the business or about the product so that every day you're taking little steps forward in making your business progress. Now this is important, and sometimes we start to think, wow, well, I just don't know if I have the time for this. But I'll tell you what, I guarantee you have the time because you can make this business a part of what is already existing in your daily life. If you're going to the grocery store that day, decide to talk to the checker about the product. Decide to talk to the person bagging your groceries about the product. Talk to the person standing behind you in line about the product. If you're going to the bank, talk to the teller. If you're going next door, talk to your neighbor. If you're on the phone with a friend, talk to them. On the phone with a family member, talk to them. If you're driving down the road, if you're filling up with gas, talk to the person at the pump next to you. Make it part of your daily activities. Let's say you commute to work. As you're getting out of your car right next to your coworker, tell them about it because I guarantee if you're saving money on your commute, they're wanting to know about it. Share this and invite people as part of your daily activity. That's where you find the time. If you've talked to somebody already that day, plug in additional daily activities. It's always good to be adding to your contact list because you won't get everybody down that first try. Again, plug it into your daily activities. For example, let's say you're watching your favorite television show. I give you a challenge. As you're watching your favorite television show, write down the names of the characters in that show and then try to write down their real name. And then try to think of somebody to add to your contact list that has that same either first or last name. It's a nice little challenge for yourself, and you can do it while you're watching television, part of your daily activities. Just make sure that always you're doing something every day to build your business. Another daily activity that's really important is talking to people, that not just talking to people about the product, but talking to someone in your group, on your team. Talk to the people that you brought in. Once you've sponsored your two people, call them. Call them daily or every other day, but at least touch base with them. Make sure that they understand they're part of a team, that we're working together to enable each other's success. This business is only fun when everybody around us succeeds. That's why it's built out the way it is. In this system, you can only succeed if everyone around you succeeds, and that's the great part about it. We're all working together as a team. So it's important that as you go throughout your day, make sure you're touching base with your team as well as new people about the product and about the business. And another daily task that you need to do every day is just review your hows, whens, whats, and whys. Review what you're working for and review why you're working for it. Make sure that you know what you're going to do to attain it. Make sure you're reviewing when you're going to attain it so you're doing what it takes to reach those goals. And then again, make sure you're following that process you laid out for yourself in your house. But it's the process of doing. You have to engage. You have to get started. And now is the time to do that. I read a story once in a book called No One Can Take My Place by Sherry Dew. She talked about an experience she had with her big dream to play college basketball. She showed up on the day of walk-on tryouts for the college basketball team and was so nervous to engage and actually get started that she stood at that door and just sat there talking herself out of it. Well, For 3 hours, she stood out that pacing the hallway and talking herself out of it. She didn't realize how much time had gone by until girls started filing out of the gym. She had stood out in that hallway and missed the entire tryout. Years later, she was speaking at a conference, and a woman in the audience came up to her and said, "Do you know who I am?" Well, of course Sherry knew who she was. She was the coach of that basketball team. Sherry knew everything there was to know about that basketball team. The coach said, "Is that story you shared really true?" Sherry confirmed that it was. And she said, "Did you know on that year, that was the only year I didn't have a full roster? I had one spot open on my roster all year long, and I never found the right person to take that spot." Now is the time to engage. Don't stand out in the hallway pacing and trying to decide what you're going to do. You've already made your decision. That's why you're here. Remind yourself of what you're doing and why you're doing it, and engage. Go invite people. Go start talking to people. Go start doing the daily little things that will make big things happen. Always remember, yesterday is history. Tomorrow, it's a mystery. But today is a gift, and that is why they call it the present. Go take advantage of the present and go get to work.